One day in history, someone asked God to give me a home where the Buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. It's the Carl Albert Titans and the McAlester Buffaloes, two teams that have had storied baseball programs in the state of Oklahoma, meet on a Friday night in the 5A Shootout, where all these 5A teams, some of the best, come to meet. Who will emerge victorious? Who will come home empty-handed? We're about to find out. Hello and welcome to Mike Deke Field in McAlester, Oklahoma, the site of today's 5A Shootout, Day 2, final game from McAlester here in the Shootout. We'll talk about that here in just a little while. And it's between the Carl Albert Titans and your McAlester Buffaloes. As I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, coming to you live on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, the KNED app, as well as video streaming on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. Again, we have the defending 5A state champions, the Carl Albert Titans, and the McAlester Buffaloes, five-time state champions in baseball, as they meet together here on the turf of Mike Deke Field, ready to do battle in the final game of our Day 2 action. Carl Albert coming off of a 6-5 win over Sapulpa. They scored all 6 runs in one inning to overtake the Chieftains. McAlester, they're 18-10 on the year, and so far 1-0 in the tournament, defeating Shawnee yesterday 20-6, getting back on the right track. As we're about to get started, both teams are about to break it out. Let's start off with our starting lineups, beginning with the Carl Albert Titans. They're wearing their pinstripes. So are the Buffaloes, but for the Titans, they're gray pinstripes. McAlester, they're white. And Carl Albert with their Titans in cursive across the chest. Black caps, red bills. McAlester with their pinstripe jerseys. Black caps, gold interlocking MB on the front. For the Titans, leading it off, the shortstop, number 23, Declan Murphy. Batting second, the third baseman, number 39, Samuel Gonzalez. Batting third, the DH, number 20, Tanner Norman. For the pitcher, number 13, Cole Dunlap. Batting cleanup, the second baseman, number 12, Hutch Russell. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 7, Easton Perkins. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 9, Mr. Randall. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 4, Mason Novotny. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 11, Easton Harless. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 28, Devontae Jones. The Buffaloes have taken the field. Let's look at their starting 9. Leading it off for the Buffaloes, the center fielder, number 21, Aiden Shumway. Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Caden Lesnow. Batting third, the first baseman, number 6, Gannon Mullins. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 8, Braden Phillips. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 1, Spencer Stinchcomb. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 10, Ethan Watkins. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 3, Jackson Lauerman. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 11, Gunnar Hodgel. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 5, Jordan Clark. Those are your starting 9. So again, around the diamond one more time. Mullins at first, Stinchcomb at second, Lesnow at short, Hodgel at third. In the outfield, Lauerman in left, Shumway in center, and Clark in right. The battery for the Buffs, Braden Phillips behind the plate, Ethan Watkins on the mound. Watkins, a 2-1 record this year, has pitched in 18 innings, a 5.06 ERA, 17 strikeouts to 17 walks, and a 159 batting average against him. And he's coming off of a stellar performance last week in the Mike Deke Shootout. That was his last outing for McAlester as he took on the Eufaula Ironheads. Let me get his stat line up real quick. Watkins went 5 innings pitched in relief, gave up 1 hit, 1 run that was not earned, 2 walks to 7 strikeouts, looking to build off that performance from a week ago. We're about to have first pitch. That is brought to you by Big V Feed Center. See Big V Feed Center in McAlester, Hadco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Shakota Wholesale Feed Company in Shakota for your spring feeding program needs. Let us know where you're listening from or watching from today. You could be a McAlester or Carl Albert fan, and we'll give you a shout-out regardless, cheering on your team, whoever you're rooting on today. Again, that's Twitter at Buff Sports Radio, Twitter at Buff Sports Radio, or you can let us know on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. Just comment underneath our last post there. But I can promise you one thing, it's going to easily be seen on Twitter. Facebook, I can't promise a shout-out because it's just hard for me to keep up with. I don't get notifications for that one like I do for Twitter. So the throwdown has happened. We're about to have our, again, starting first pitch, not starting lineups, we just did that. First pitch between Ethan Watkins and Declan Murphy. Of course, Philip Joel Jr. on the broadcast with us again. Buddy, you ready for a Friday night slugfest?
Let's do it, buddy. If you're going to beat the man, you got to beat. If you're going to be the man, you got to beat the man. In the words of Ric Flair, so let's go beat the defending state champs.
Buffaloes will try to do so. First time McAlester has played Carl Albert since 2016. Last time that McAlester played the Titans was on April 7th of 2016. So it's been 8 years for McAlester versus Carl Albert, where they had a good 4-year stretch of some competitive games. Here's our first pitch between Watkins as he's come set and the righty Murphy. And it is a fastball low for ball one. It's baseball time in the Heartland. So McAlester played Carl Albert last in 2016. McAlester lost that game 6-5. This is what's really cool. The last person to start a game on the mound for McAlester back in 2016, 8 years ago, my younger brother Cameron Green, as the 1-0. Fastball misses inside for ball two. McAlester and Cameron, he ended up 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. Dion Smith came in for relief of him, pitched in 1 inning, 2 walks and 1 K. So here's the 2-0 from Watkins. Fouled off and out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Declan Murphy. McAlester was up on Carl Albert 3-0, and then the bottom of the fourth happened. They scored 6 runs. 3 of those were earned. They rode that the rest of the way. McAlester got it back to a 6-5 game, and the game ended on a wild pitch out. We had a runner trying coming home. Titans got the out at the plate. McAlester lost 6-5. That would have been the tying run. 2-1 from Watkins. Fastball can't catch the bottom of the zone. And the count's now 3-1 for Declan Murphy. The time before that, it was 2014. McAlester fell to the Carl Albert Titans. And then 2013, yours truly started against the Titans. We lost that game too. 3-1 pitch. And this is down low for ball 4, and it's a leadoff walk to Declan Murphy to start the game for the Carl Albert Titan offense. So I thought that was really cool. 2 out of the last 3 McAlester starting pitchers before Ethan Watkins to start a game for the Buffaloes on the mound, brothers, me and Cameron. Before that, it was an epic duel in 2012 in the state semifinals, and that was between Carter Cumbie started that game, went 6 strong innings. It was a close game before the 7th inning came around, and Carl Albert kind of took the lead and advanced to their state championship. It's the first pitch to Samuel Gonzalez as a strike, third baseman number 39. That championship that we're talking about in 2012, that was their first of 3 state championships in a row. They three-peated from 2012 to 2014. They were going for the 4-peat in 2015, but they lost to Shawnee, who started a three-peat of their own, culminating into a national championship. As here's a curveball that it misses inside. Runner takes off for second. He'll get there without a throw. 1 ball, 1 strike to Samuel Gonzalez with Declan Murphy in scoring position. So, yeah, from 2012 to 2017, you had 2 state champions. Carl Albert for 3 years, Shawnee for 3 years. Nobody out, runner at second, 1-1 pitch. This one skips in to the catcher Phillips. Now the count's 2-1 for Samuel Gonzalez.
So as more of a football guy, Brandon, can you elaborate a little bit on the national championship for baseball?
If I could, I would. I don't understand it really all that well either, but I know that Shawnee went completely undefeated. I'll have to kind of look it up a little bit more on why they officially ruled Shawnee as the national champions. As the 2-1s popped up sky high, big league pop-up in foul territory. Can anyone get to it? Lesnell's running it down, and he slides as it lands on top of the Hughes Fieldhouse. Counts now 2-2. But I will definitely look that up, and I will give you guys an answer. But, yeah, they had the state championship in 2017 and the national championship. They were awarded that. Yeah, they went 40-0 that year.
Oh, wow.
The Shawnee Wolves did. 2-2. Curveball, line drive, right center field. Gonna land, could score a run. Clark grabbing it. They will try to wave the runner home. Clark fires in from right field. Cut off. The play at the plate is not in time. Skips into Braden Phillips, and it's an early RBI single from Samuel Gonzalez that puts the Titans on top early here in the bottom of the first. Tanner Norman now up at the plate. Tanner Norman, a Murray State commit. Now, according to Max Preps awarded Shawnee as the Max Preps national champions.
At 44-0?
At 40-0, yeah.
40-0. Well, pun intended, that wolf will hunt.
As the first pitch now to the lefty, Norman misses down low for ball 1. So this is the official story from the Citizen Potawatomi Nation. It led to them having the top ranking in the nation. As the 1-0. That one fills the zone for strike 1. So that one based off of rankings. So I know Max Preps had them at the very top, and there might have been other national outlets that put Shawnee at the very top, which culminated in a national championship for the Wolves. So that was based off voting, really. 1-1 The count, runner takes off for second on a great jump. It's a check swing pop-up to left field, and it could land. It will land for a base hit. Trying to go first to third, and successfully doing so is Samuel Gonzalez. And it's a double on a check swing down the left field line by Tanner Norman. To put runners at second and third, again, nobody out for Hutch Russell. It went walk, RBI single, double on a check swing down the left field line. Sometimes, well, in the words of Coach Hughes, hit them where they ain't. And that's exactly what Norman did, whether he intended to do it with that pitch or not. Another lefty in the lineup for the Titans, Hutch Russell. He's committed to Seminole State. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike one on the huge cut from the lefty. Do not have to worry about wind whatsoever today. It's basically non-existent, which is weird in Oklahoma.
First time in 2 tournaments.
For once, Carrie Underwood is right. There's not enough wind in Oklahoma. Never thought I'd see the day. Overcast skies, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. And the count's now 0-2, is changing the eye level there as Ethan Watkins of Hutch Russell. Sun is not completely set. I mean, you can still kind of tell that there's some sun trying to peek through some overcast skies, but it's just about all the way down. The lights are all on here at Mike Deek Field. And the 0-2 pitch. Pops it sky high, right field. Jordan Clark going towards the foul line. Underneath it in foul territory, makes the catch. He dropped it, actually. It's dropped in foul territory, and that might not actually be a bad idea. I mean, yes, you can trade the run for an out, but I don't know if Clark purposely dropped that or not, but if he catches that, that's a run every day. That was deep right field in foul territory. It being dropped in foul territory gives McAlester nobody out. We'll see if it ends up paying off for him if he intended to do that. But if he makes the catch, that's a sac fly easy. So we'll see if that ends up being a good thing for McAlester here, if they can get Hutch Russell out. 0-2 pitch. Curveball, and it hits him. Curveball skipped off of the turf and then hit him, so it did not pan out well for McAlester. On the 0-2 pitch, a hit-by pitch to Hutch Russell, and the Titans have the bases loaded with a chance to blow it open here in the top of the first. Brings up Easton Perkins, the right fielder. Bases loaded, nobody out, 1-0 Titans already lead. Corner infielders in on the infield turf, looking to turn a double play. First pitch to the righty, swing and a miss for strike one. It was a curveball that ended up hitting the last batter, Hutch Russell, and it bounced in front of them and then hit him in the leg. Count 0-1. Watkins going to try to pull a Houdini act right here and get out of early trouble. It would be quite the show if he can do that. 0-1 pitch. Curveball hit him too. Back-to-back hit by pitches, and this one's an RBI hit by pitch to Easton Perkins. Watkins only gave up 2 free passes in his last outing. That's number 3 today. And it's a 2-0 Carl Albert lead. We were mentioning right before we started the broadcast today about this will be McAllister's final game in the 5A shootout. So here's the first pitch to Mr. Randall. And this one hits him too. It's 3 consecutive hit by pitches from Ethan Watkins, and it drives in another run. 3 consecutive hit by pitches, and it makes it 3-0. And Coach Meadows will go out to speak with Ethan Watkins. Bases loaded, still nobody out in a 3-0 game. We'll take a 30-second break and be back here on KNED.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
So the McAlester Buffaloes are in a world of trouble right now. Bases are loaded. They've already hit 3 consecutive batters to lead to a 3-0 lead. Also, that's coming off an RBI single from Samuel Gonzalez earlier this inning. There was a mound visit between Coach Meadows and Ethan Watkins and the catcher Braden Phillips, but again, 3 straight hit by pitches have given the Titans an early 3-0 advantage. Still nobody out in the top of the first. And if there's any team that you don't want to give an early 3 spot to, and possibly more still with nobody out, it's Carl Albert Titans. They're 23-6 on the year. They're riding a 10-game winning streak. Just came off of a 6-5 win over the Sapulpa Chieftains, which was a rematch of last year's semifinals. So here's the first pitch to the new batter. Fastball, letter high, strike to Mason Novotny. Carl Albert beat Sapulpa in the semifinals last year 5-0. They also beat Collinsville 4-2 in the quarterfinals. With that win to Sapulpa, it led them to a championship match against Bishop Kelly, and they won that game 7-1. They actually lost a game in the regional tournament. They only lost 3 games all year to 5A teams last year. The year they went 34-8, the 0-1. Novotny watches this one miss up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. But they lost to Duncan in the regional tournament, and so it was a winner-go-home game for both Duncan and Carl Albert. Carl Albert won that game 19-6 to advance to the state tournament and eventually becoming their 7th state championship win. 1-1, fastball way too high, ball 2. First one for Ryan Whiteley. I believe this is his 3rd year at the helm for the Titans. He was promoted after 4 seasons as assistant, took over for Tim LaValle, who stepped down after 31 years of coaching and teaching. And he ended his tenure there with the Titans with a state championship win back in 2021. This one's a swing and a miss for strike 2 to Novotny, the 7-hole batter. Counts it now 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, that's got to be the best feeling ever, though, to end your run with a ring. That's how you want to go out.
Go out on top.
Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Watkins desperately needs this out. The pitch to Novotny. And he gets it. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Big-time strikeout. Now a ground ball could end the inning. 3-0. Carl Albert leading McAlester. Brings up Easton Harless out of the 8-hole. By the way, also, what better way to cap off a state championship win last year for Coach Whiteley than a 2023 Oklahoman All-State Coach of the Year selection. Not too shabby. First pitch. Fastball misses high to the righty Harless for ball 1. Not too shabby for your 2nd year at the helm of the Carl Albert Titans. This year is his 3rd.
There's just something about them Titans where they love gold in their trophy cases.
They do. They do. 1-0 from Watkins. Fastball nearly hit him, too. Having to scoot out of the way if it was Harless. That'll be ball 2 here to Easton. Yeah, speaking of gold, they've won 2 out of the last 3 state championships for baseball. On the year, they're 23-6. Here's the 2-0. Pops it up and out of play. No one's going to get to this. Counts now 2 balls and 1 strike. Their losses have been to 9-2 Elgin. Or they lost 9-2 to Elgin. They also lost 12-4 to 6A Mustang. Lost 15-11 to Union, who McAlester lost to in the season opener, 6-1. Lost to Sapulpa. Oh, they didn't lose to Sapulpa. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. They lost to Broken Arrow, 6-5. So here's the 2-1 pitch. Fly ball, right field. Could be deep enough and should be deep enough to score the runner at 3rd. Coming in is Clark, makes the catch. Runner will tag. Here's the throw from Clark. It's on a line, and it's not in time, though. Close play, but it'll end up being a sac fly for Easton Harless, and the Titans take an early 4-0 lead on McAlester. Like Costco, they've been scoring their runs in bulk. They scored all 6 of their runs in 1 inning in the last game to take down the Chieftains, and they've put up a 4th spot in the Buffaloes in the top of the first. Now with 2 down, both the runners advanced from first and second. They tagged up now to 2nd and 3rd for the lefty 9-hole batter, Devontae Jones. Not a back shot from Clark in right field. First pitch. Fills his own strike 1, up and outside quadrant. 0-1 the count. All their losses, 12-7 to Duncan, and they lost 11-5 to 4A Blanchard. That was their last loss. That was back on April 5th. They've won 10 in a row since, looking for 11 here against the Buffs. 0-1, misses upstairs, and that'll be ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Some common opponents, they defeated Midwest City, who McAlester beat 8-3 earlier this year. They beat them 3-2 and 5-1. Beat Shawnee 15-1 and 26-3. And defeated Tahlequah 13-5. 1-1 from Watkins. Misses high, ball 2. And McAlester is set to play Oaktaha next Friday. They beat the top team in 2A, Oaktaha, 8-5. Two-one, the count. 2-1, the pitch from Watkins. Fastball can't catch the outside corner. He does have a base to give up now, but top of the order is up for the Titans. They have brought all 9 batters up to the plate here in the first. 3-1 the count. Here it is. He swings after it. It's going to be a fly ball, shortstop position. Les now underneath it, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 3. Could have been a lot worse for McAlester. The bases were loaded, and it was a 3-0 game at one point with nobody out. They only get one more run out of it after that, but still it's a 4 spot by the Titans in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning. Buffalo's trying to get some of those runs back here on.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Graduation is only a month away,
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
We have Roger Timmons tuning in as he sent us a message on Facebook saying, listening in my warm home here in McAlester. Go Buffs. Buffaloes are down at 4-0 right now. Again, let us know where you're listening from on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio if you can. If not, Facebook, we'll try to get to you. Buffaloes again down 4-0. We'll look around the diamond for the Titans here in just a second. Aiden Shumway steps up to the plate. Here's the first pitch of the day from Cole Dunlap. It's a fastball, swing and a miss for strike one. Around the diamond real quick, Randall at first, Russell at second, Murphy at short, Gonzalez at third. In the outfield, Novotny in left, Jones in center, Perkins in right. 0-1 to Shumway. Misses low for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The battery for the Titans is Harless behind the plate and Cole Dunlap on the mound. Righty on righty matchup here between Shumway and Dunlap to start off the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-1 pitch. And he swings and misses at a curveball that was down in the turf. Uncharacteristic of Shumway. Doesn't usually swing at a lot of pitches like that. Got fooled that time, though, from Dunlap, and the count is now 1-2. Reason why I say that is because Shumway has been otherworldly, really, this year, batting .466 to .567 on base percentage. Here's the 1-2. Dunlap. We'll watch Shumway hit a hopper over to Dunlap. He takes it himself. The pitcher fires to first in time for out number 1. That at bat featured a lot of changing up the speeds, trying to keep Shumway uncomfortable. I don't think he threw the same pitch twice. And you know all about the art of pitching. It's throwing off the timing of the batter. That's really all it is. 1 down, nobody on. Buffalo's trailing 4-0. First pitch to Caden Lesnow. Curveball catches the outside corner, strike one. Lesnow batting .356 on the season, .438 on base percentage. Leads the team in stolen bases and extra base hit. As the 0-1 swings high and out of the zone at that one. Count is now 0-2. He had his 14th extra base hit yesterday, where he went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs for the Buffs. as he lines this one over to left field, coming in and diving for it, not making the catch is the left fielder Novotny. Rounding first is Lesnow. He'll have to stay put. That'll go down as a hit for Caden Lesnow on the diving attempt from Novotny, who nearly hauled it in shallow left center field. But Lesnow is on the base paths, and that's good news for McAlester. Although Harless does have a great arm behind home plate, McAlester might test their luck with Caden Lesnow, who has 24 stolen bases on the season and leads the team. We'll see if he can get into scoring position for Gannon Mullins. Mullins does lead the team in RBIs with 24. He's hit 2 home runs, both of them in the same game this year against Edison Prep. He's batting .241 with a .363 on-base percentage. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. I'll tell you what, also, looking at Dunlap here just in the first 3 batters now, he brings a pretty live fastball, and obviously it doesn't have a slow bender. He kind of a quick break on that, too, as the fastball, next one misses down low to Mullins. The count's now 1-1. It's a sharp break is what it looks like with this curveball. It's not one of those long looping curveballs like Barry Zito had. It's more of the sharp break, which, hey, when I was playing, I think I'd rather have the long looper than the sharp break. This one catches the outside corner, and the count is now 1-2. And we also have Bryans is listening in from the field this time, saying, "Let's go Buffs." Thank you, Brian, for tuning in. Again, usually listens down in Florida, was able to make it over to Oklahoma for the 5A shootout, and thank you for tuning in while you're here. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mullins. Runner at first. Buffaloes trail 4-0 with 1 down. As Mullins stays alive on this next pitch, fouls it back into the netting, and the count is 1-2. Yesterday, Gannon Mullins against the Shawnee Wolves went 1 for 2. He got the scoring really started with the double, and it led to an RBI single by Braden Phillips to put the Buffaloes on the board. This one bounces. Lesnow has to stay put over at first base. That's a great block by Harless behind the plate. McAllister's played some pretty good catchers since you're looking at their last 5-6 games, all of them upper quadrant in the level of catchers and their talent. 2-2. Fastball, he gets rung up on the inside pitch. Throw over to first, gets into the outfield. Lesnow will try to take second. Here's the throw in from right. He is slide in safely, so it'll go down as a strikeout, but then an E2, allowing Lesnow to reach second base. It's a backwards K, and then the E2. Brings up Braden Phillips with the runner in scoring position now, and this is who you wanted up yesterday, him and Gunnar Hodgel. Braden Phillips went 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs, having an RBI in each one of his at-bats. He came up to me today and said, "Hey, I was able to make a couple of big base hits, get into a little bit of confidence." I think that yesterday was a great confidence game for McAllister. They won 20-6 over Shawnee, scoring 10 runs in their second inning to really put it away early. Can they get into this deficit right now, down 4-0 with 2 down? First pitch curveball, missing outside, ball 1. On the season for Phillips, he's got 18 RBIs, batting .344 with runners in scoring position. And the pitch. Grounds this one off the handles. Towards the shortstop position, might be a tough play. Coming in, throwing over to first, in time for out number 3. Having a charge in on it was the shortstop Murphy, and was able to get Phillips by a step and a half. And that will end the Buffalo threat in the first. We get to the top of the second. Titans lead the Buffaloes 4-0 here on K.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front-end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
We head to the top of the second inning. The McAlester Buffaloes are trailing the Carl Albert Titans 4-0, but a lot of that was self-inflicted by McAlester. We have 4 Carl Albert runs on 2 hits and 1 Carl Albert error. McAlester has no runs on 1 hit, no errors. It went walk. Then again, we're starting back up at the top of the order. It went walk, RBI single, double, hit by pitch, hit by pitch, hit by pitch, strikeout, sac fly, fly out to short. So a lot of that was self-inflicted. 4 free passes in the first inning. We got some people jamming to Bon Jovi. Hey, I like that. By the way, we do have a Bon Jovi documentary coming out on Hulu in a week if anyone wants to go check that out. Their 40-year history, that comes out next week. I'll be tuning in, that's for sure. And if for whatever reason you're listening across the pond, it's on Disney+. I don't know why it's different across the pond than it is over here in America. 4-0 is our score. Titans back to the top of the order. Declan Murphy worked a walk in his first plate appearance of the day to get the scoring really started for the Titans. He came around on an RBI single from Samuel Gonzalez. Watkins looking for a bounce-back inning. First pitch from the senior, fastball up and inside, ball 1. Now, looking back at Watkins' outing last Friday, and I know that, and again, this is no disrespect if you follow Ironheads in any bit, but they're not on the level as Carl Albert is, just based on what Carl Albert's been able to do the last 3 years, and really for the prolonged history of the Carl Albert Titans, as this one skips in for ball 2. But I think that Watkins needs to look at this game and pitch as he did against Eufaula, the way that he was spotting up the ball, because his control was better than it was all year. He ramped up his velocity, and everything that he threw was right on the money. Today has not been that start for Watkins, but he can get back into it as the 2-0 was fouled off, way off for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. The way that he pitched the ball on Friday, I don't care who you play, you need to. If he pitches like that, he's going to be hard to hit. And I'm including the Carl Albert Titans in that. If he can pitch like he did last Friday and the Titans still hit well off of you, then, hey, they were just better this game. 2-1. Pops it up, maybe playable. No, it looks like I'll get on top of the press box, maybe behind us. Looks like behind us. Count is now 2-2. Count now 2-2 on Declan Murphy. That's the thing about Watkins, too. In the snap of his fingers, he can get back into that groove. Let's see if this inning is that bounce-back inning that the Buffaloes are looking for. The 2-2. Fastball misses high for ball 3. He is ramping it up, though. That velocity's there today.
Yeah, absolutely. And a kid like him, he gets his motor going. He gets his motor going, starts feeling himself. Same way with football. Mm-hmm. Start noticing.
3-2 from Ewart. And he misses the lower part of the zone. So he went from high, a lot of high fastballs, misses the bottom part of the zone, and it leads to a leadoff walk again to bring up Samuel Gonzalez. It looks like when he's ramping up the fastball, he's missing high each time. And then he'll try to overcorrect and get it back into the zone, and then he'll miss too low. So he's trying to find that happy medium right now. Kind of like it was in the first part of the year. Runner at first, nobody out. Samuel Gonzalez up, first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. These are some huge cuts from the Titan lineup. Count 0-1. If you're going to hit one out of the park today, it's going to be under your own power. You can't say, yeah, the wind got it. No, you hit it out of the ballpark today if you do it. Like I said, no wind, all the flags sitting on the flagpoles. 0-1, runner takes off for second. The pitch is high. The throw down to second is not in time. Getting right around the tag of Spencer Stinchcomb is the runner. Declan Murphy is in scoring position again. That's his second stolen base of the night. So 1-1 is our count to Samuel Gonzalez. He has one of the 2 hits for the Titans so far. 1-1. Fastball that missed low, a little bit below the knees for ball 2. That's the thing that I'm looking at with Watkins, though. When he's getting his strikes, it looks like he's missing, or he's hitting the upper part of the quadrant. He hasn't gotten the pitch at the knees yet. Not at the bottom of the zone yet. Runner at second trying to get a big lead, and Watkins will spin around just to keep him honest. There's clouds around us, but you can't see it now as the sun has completely gone down. Underneath the lights here on a Friday night in the 5A shootout, 2-1 pitch. And there he is, right there in the zone, strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes now from Ethan Watkins to Samuel Gonzalez. And McAllister's first matchup with Carl Albert since 2016, and that was a thriller. It was a 6-5 win for Carl Albert that came down to literally the final out on a play at the plate. 2-2. Off the top of the bat, fielded by Watkins. He'll fire over to first. Runner takes off for third with the throw. And that will be 1 down now for the Titans. 1-3 ground out, but it does move Murphy from second over to third to bring up Tanner Norman. He hit a double, and that double is going to have a little bit of a star by the asterisk mark because it was a check swing. It's still a double. It's going to show that way up in the line score, which is all that. I mean, if you're a Titan fan, that's all you're going to care about. It was a pop-up that landed in fair territory on a check swing, but it was so far down the line and such in the Bermuda Triangle of the third baseman, shortstop, left fielder that it led to a double, and it was so high in the air, too, that he was able to book it down the line. That's also a credit to the hustle of Tanner Norman to get to the second base bag on that play. First pitch, not a bad spot, missed up and outside. Phillips tried to bring it back down, couldn't do so. 1-0 is the count. Watkins delivers. Fastball up and outside, ball 2. Runner at third, 1 down. We've only had 3 base hits in the first inning so far. That runner at third got there on a walk, and then a ground out brought him over to the third base bag. 2-0 nearly hits Tanner Norman. That would have been the 4th hit by pitch today from Watkins. But it makes the count now 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Watkins trying to get back into the count. On deck is Hutch Russell. 3-0 pitch. And he's back into the count. Outside corner, strike 1 to the lefty. Once again, Norman committed to Murray State Junior College. I was looking at Prep Baseball Report, and the Titans do have listed on Prep Baseball Report 4 guys going to go play ball at the next level. So here's the 3-1. Off the top of the bat again. This one, they'll say fouled off at the plate. That made a funky sound off the bat, too. Counts now full at 3-2. But, yeah, they could have more, but Prep Baseball Report is only listing 4 players. Cash Ferris, he closed the game for Carl Albert against Sapulpa. He's committed to Oklahoma State. Jackson Fixico committed to Northwestern Oklahoma State. We mentioned Tanner Norman at the plate, Murray State Junior College, and Hutch Russell. Seminole State, 3-2. Misses low, and that'll be ball 4. Free passes have been the thing that's hurt McAllister early in this game. There's only been 2 hits by the Titans, but already that is number 6 for Watkins in an inning and a third. In his 5 innings in relief, he just had, like I said, 3 last week against Eufaula. Brings up Hutch Russell. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. All the way back in the box, lefty on righty, runner at first. He does not take off. First pitch popped up and out of play. Strike 1. Titans trying to ride the momentum of not just the last one, which was an emotional win. It was, like I said, a rematch of the 2023 state semifinals. Sapulpa wanted it bad. They led for a majority of the game until Carl Albert had a thunderous inning. 0-1 skips in. Counts now at 1-1. That's the thing, too. I don't think Watkins has been able to throw as many of his off-speed pitches as what he's wanted to because he's been trying to locate the fastball early. We do have some early action in the McAllister bullpen. 31 move. Trying to see who that might be. I think that might be Max Harmon warming up. Again, McAllister not playing tomorrow. Their game against Collinsville as the 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Their game against Collinsville is called off. I know there is a chance of rain, but I don't think that was the majority reason. Collinsville and McAlester could play each other in the regional tournament in 2 weeks. And they were like, maybe we wanted to play each other so quickly after maybe having a regional in 2 weeks. 1-2 pitch as the runner takes off for second, misses low. He'll take second with ease. Count is now 2-2. So the schedule for tomorrow now, as McAlester does not play, but Midwest City and Claremore will, and Carl Albert will finish off their 5A shootout against Coweta tomorrow at 12:15. So McAllister's next game after tonight is against Coweta next Monday. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball. Ooh, watch out. First base coach he did a salsa dance to get away from that. A little bit of an ole. He was running with the Bulls there. Count is now 2-2. That was a scorcher. Watkins needs a strikeout here big. 2-2. And he gets it. Swing and a miss for a strike three on a foul ball. Back into the glove of the catcher, Braden Phillips, to get Hutch Russell. And with runners at second and third, that brings up Easton Perkins, who was hit by a pitch to bring in a run in his first plate appearance of the game. Back to a righty in the lineup. Yeah, so the next game for both these teams is against the Coweta Tigers. McAlester will start a pivotal series with the Tigers next week. Home and home on Monday and Tuesday. First pitch popped up and out of play for strike one. And McAlester travels to Coweta on Monday. Then they welcome the Tigers on Tuesday. Buffaloes cannot finish first or second, but they can't finish worse than fourth. If they win one game against Coweta, they finish third. If they get swept, they will finish fourth. They just need one win to finish at number 3. 0-1 pitch. Foul back into the glove of the catcher, Phillips, and you're starting to see the confidence build in Ethan Watkins. The more he's filling the zone, the more he's hitting his spots, the more he's getting swings and misses. That's starting to ramp up. You were mentioning it just a minute ago, Phillip. Let's see if you can finish off a bounce-back inning. The 0-2. Misses up high and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. But as for the Carl Albert Titans, they're also playing. They're playing for the 5A district title next week against Noble on Monday and Tuesday. Noble's got a sweep to be able to get the title. Carl Albert just needs one win. The 1-2. Fouled straight back, and staying alive here is Easton Perkins. So I'm sure, I don't know how many pitches or who they want to work with when Monday and Tuesday comes around, but I guess that they want a majority of your pitchers available trying to win district, or for McAllister's case, finish third. 1-2 pitch. Sails to the backstop. Runner thought about taking off, but it bounces straight back to Braden Phillips. Again, if you've never been to Mike Deke Field, the backstop here is incredibly short. Count is 2-2. Watkins trying to send him down the pitch. Misses high again, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Every time that Watkins has missed, though, he's been missing high with the fastball, it seems like. Unless he tries to overcorrect and then he misses low. He hasn't missed inside, outside. The only time he's missed inside, he's hit three batters so far. Count 3-2. The payoff from Watkins. And he got him! Fells him back into the glove of the catcher, Harless. After runners get put at second and third, back-to-back strikeouts to end the Titan threat. We head to the bottom of the second inning. McAlester brings up Spencer Stinchcomb, Mr. Watkins, and Jackson Lauerman when we return here on
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
To the bottom of the second we go. Ethan Watkins works out of trouble with back-to-back strikeouts to keep the game at a 4-run deficit right now. Both of them were foul balls back into the glove of the catcher, Phillips, too. It's Spencer Stinchcomb, Ethan Watkins, Jackson Lauerman, 5, 6, 7-hole batters here for the Buffaloes here on this Friday night. McAllister's finale at the 5A shootout. We do have 2 more games tomorrow, but not for McAllister. Again, we mentioned it, Midwest City and Claremore at 10 a.m. 12:15, Carl Albert versus Coweta. First pitch to Stinchcomb. Misses outside, ball 1. Buffaloes have 1 hit so far. They were able to get Lussnow over to second on an E2 on a snap throw over to first that went wide right. Here's the 1-0 to Stinchcomb. And he pops this one up, right field, but shallow as the second baseman gets underneath it. It'll be caught by Russell for out number 1 in right field territory. I think he was closer to average right field depth than the right fielder Perkins was. That'll be out number 1 when he made the catch at least. Ethan Watkins, now your pitcher, steps up to the plate. Watkins on the season. Second on the team in on-base percentage at 500 even. 281 batting average. First pitch fouled off for strike 1. Count is 0-1. Buffaloes have nobody out. Bottom of the second inning, 1 down. Looking for a little bit of a spark offensively here. The pitch. Nice curveball, but just misses the bottom of the zone. We're going to chalk that up to nice eyes, Ethan Watkins. 1 ball, 1 strike. The windup from the righty and the pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Watkins. Last night, Watkins ended up working a walk. He went 0 for 2 with an RBI sac fly. He's down in the count 1-2 in his first at bat. And the pitch to the righty. Fastball, that's the highest velocity that we've seen so far from Dunlap. He is really pounding the mid of the catcher, Harless, right now. Count is even at 2-2. A big nod from the pitcher, Dunlap, and again, this time goes with the off-speed, and it's a 2-for-1 special there. That hit the catcher and the umpire, but I think the umpire got the brunt of the ball. He's still kind of wincing. That got him up and around the left shoulder area on an off-speed pitch. Jackson Lauerman goes to give the umpire the ball and asks if he's okay. Goes back to his on-deck circle. Field umpire will check with him, too. He'll walk all the way back over towards the catcher and say, hey, man, I'm okay. I know that you're giving me a little bit of time, but I appreciate it. I'm okay. Gives him a pat on the back and says, let's get back to it. I'm telling you, to be a catcher, to be a home plate umpire, you got to have a little bit of toughness to you, too. Because you can get smacked by some fast-traveling baseballs. 3-2 to Watkins. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him on the heater. Right at the bottom of the zone. Great pitch from Cole Dunlap. And it's 2 up, 2 down for the Buffaloes so far to bring up Jackson Lauerman.
You know, I kind of think that should be in catcher training and home plate umpire training. You should maybe do the Happy Gilmore drill. Just get back there and just let them in the batting cage and let them fire balls at you.
Is that what you think we should do?
Only 364 more days till hockey season.
First pitch to Jackson Lauerman bounces in. And you can bet that every time that ball is heading towards the turf now, that home plate umpire is going to say, he's going to wince a little bit. Did you see right there? If you're on YouTube, you might have saw it. After that happened and the catcher, Harless, blocked it up, he turned back around to the home plate umpire, gave him a knuckle bump and said, I got you, bro. 1-0, fastball misses up and inside for ball 2. Jackson Lauerman on his first at-bat hit into an E7 and then walked 3 straight times after that. There's the 2-0. Fastball just above the knees for strike 1 in the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. Those 3 walks upped Lauerman's on-base percentage to .360 on the season. That was his 16th walk of the year by the last one of the night. 2-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball for strike 2. He was late on that one, too. I mean, it's easy to be because Dunlap, you might be able to hear it. I'll let you hear this last pound of the mid if he throws a fastball. He is really humming it in there. You can hear that. And that was an off-speed. That was low inside. That'll be ball 3. Great pitch, though, on the changeup, it looked like. Low inside, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. To Jackson Lauerman, the pitch. And he works the walk. That's 4 straight walks and 4 straight plate appearances for Jackson Lauerman. He's gone from having, what was that? He's gone from having 12, is that right? No, from having 13 to now 17 in just 2 games. Not even 2 full ones. So Lauerman over at first base. As Gunnar Hodgel coming off of an excellent day yesterday. He went 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs. That was the bounce back game that he needed to really get back into the groove of things. He started off the season really good. Had a rough stretch of about 2 weeks as he lines this one straight back to the pitcher. What a catch. The catcher, Dunlap, stole a hit away from Gunnar Hodgel. Cat-like reflexes, look what I found, is what Dunlap said. Just reached his glove up there. I think he even looked back down at it and said, I caught that. Oh, my goodness, what a catch. That will end the bottom of the second inning on a nice strike by Gunnar Hodgel. Sends us to the third, 4-0. Carl Albert leads McAlester here on.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on? We can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Graduation is only a month away,
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at FentonNissan.com.
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
McAlester Buffaloes are down 4-0 as the Carl Albert Titans lead the McAlester Buffaloes. It is a great catch by Cole Dunlap to end that bottom of the second. McAlester looked like they could have had runners at first and second. And Hodgel could have been 4 for 4 in the tournament, but Dunlap said not so fast, gave him the Matumbo finger wag. As that brings it now to the plate, we have Mr. Randall leading it off for the Carl Albert Titans.
The young man from Florida has done it again.
Goodness gracious. First pitch line drive, and speaking of doing it again, here's another base hit for the Titans. It's down the right field line, rounding first, making his way towards second is Randall. The throw over to second is not going to be in time. That's not Randall, that's a pinch hitter. That was a new hitter in for the Titans. That was number 5, Kason White, that pinch hit for Mr. Randall. And he gets a double on the first pitch he sees down the right field line. Now that brings up to the plate Mason Novotny. First pitch shows bunt, pulls back, it's low, ball 1. Novotny struck out. That was the first out of the day for the Buffaloes. Expect a bunt here from him as he showed it on the very first pitch. Easton Harless is on deck. He had an RBI sac fly in the first inning. 1-0 shows bunt again. Goes after it and comes up empty. That'll be strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Over at third base, you're kind of reacting if you're Gunnar Hodgel. If it's hit on the line towards you, it's kind of an in-betweener play. If it's hit right at you, a little bit of oomph to it, you go after it, you charge it, you make the play over at first base. If it's softly hit, you stay over at third. This one's softly hit. It's in fair territory. Phillips will field it. Fire crossover to first to the second baseman Stinchcomb covering, and that'll be out number 1. But the sac bunt does its job from Mason Novotny. McAlester will gladly trade the runner over to third for the out, as it's a 2-3 sac bunt for Mason Novotny to bring up Easton Harless. Harless had the sac fly. He has a chance of maybe having another one. The infield will come on in the infield turf. You might be wondering, is there a different kind of bounce to the infield turf than like what would be normal dirt around the diamond? Here's the first pitch. And it misses high for ball 1. And the short answer is it's supposed to be. whether it actually kind of bounces that way, I mean, you don't really know unless you're one of the infielders, and it's kind of hard to tell. But, yeah, that it's designed to be that way. As the 1-0 skips in for ball 2, I think that there's like a certain percentage from like turf. I don't know if it's pebbles is the way to be able to describe it. You know what I'm talking about, though. There's a certain percentage of what it is to the actual turf itself, just like how a lot of it around the warning track is sand, and in front of the Hughes Fieldhouse, that's all made up of a lot of sand, too. 2-0 line drive down the left field line, but foul. And count is now at 2-1, the scoreboard shows. Is that what you have?
That's what I have.
2-1. So it is supposed to bounce a little bit differently, trying to mimic what. Do we have rain coming down? It's raining here at McAlester. There's some rain starting to come down. 2-1 pitch. Fastball missing high. That'll be ball 3. Look at the lights over there by the. I know that you can't see it if you're the viewer, but look at the lights above the McAlester dugout. You see the rain coming down right there?
Yep, I can see it better out there.
Yeah, some rain coming down here at McAlester. 3-1 pitch. And a line drive on a smoke over down the left field line. It'll 3-hop towards the wall, and that's going to score a run easily here for Easton Harless. He's booking it to second base, so it'll be a stand-up RBI double for Easton Harless. That ball got into wherever it just traveled through the rain in a hurry. That was smoked. And that brings up Devontae Jones, who flew out to the shortstop left now to end the first inning earlier. Titans now take a 5-0 lead.
We have a pinch runner, courtesy runner.
Get the number on him.
I did not. I just noticed when the young man who hit that double came in.
Looks like it's number 14. That is Jackson Webster. Courtesy runner for the catcher, Harless. Runner at second, one down. First pitch, shows bunt, gets it down. It's a good one down the third base line. Fielded barehanded by Phillips, and he throws it away. But right there, Spencer Stinchcomb coming back home. There's no throw there, as racing home was Watkins with the runner. And this will go down. I think this is going to go down as an infield single. That's what I would score for Devontae Jones. But the throw that missed Mullins at first base led to the run eventually scoring. So I think if I'm scoring it, which I'm just writing it down on my sheet right here, it's a single and then an E2. So no RBI, but the run scores on the E2 itself. And now McAlester down 6-0 just like that. Top of the third inning, one down still. Top of the order back for Declan Murphy as he hits this one into orbit. High fly ball, but it'll stay in the park. Lowerman underneath it, makes the catch, and that's all that is just a high out. And that'll be out number 2. That thing went above the lights. But it falls back into the glove of Lowerman, and that will bring up Samuel Gonzalez. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single, and he's grounded out to the pitcher, Watkins. It's a 6-0 McAlester deficit. And they do, I guess, agree with me over in the other room here. They did give that play a hit and an error. The one before the fly out to left, by the way. First pitch to Gonzalez. He hits this one up in the air, right field, coming in quickly as Clark, and he overran it, and it bounces into the outfield. It's still being kicked around by Spencer Stinchcomb. It'll lead to a run scored, as that will, I guess that's going to be ruled as an RBI double, and it will. RBI double by Samuel Gonzalez on one in-betweener hop over in right field. And now the Titans have taken a 7-0 lead on the Buffaloes, scoring 4 in the first and 3 in the third. And this is their third time through the lineup. McAlester will be finishing their first when they come up in the bottom of the third inning.
So, Brandon.
And we're starting to have the first changing of baseballs. As, like we said, we have had some precipitation coming down here at McAlester.
What is your favorite baseball movie?
I think we might have discussed this about a month ago, I think. But a guilty pleasure of mine, I'd say, probably The Rookie.
It's a good one.
It's one that I know is not the best one ever made, but it's the one I keep on going to the most. Up the plate now, Tanner Norman. First pitch to Norman, misses high for ball 1. Norman has doubled and walked. There's a runner at second base. Titans leading 7-0 over McAlester, top of the third. But, yeah, I'd say the one I've watched the most and the one I can continue to go to is The Rookie.
Yeah. My favorite would be Angels in the Outfield.
Angels in the Outfield's a freaking solid choice. That's really good. Mrs. Lowen outside. That's a freaking phenomenal choice.
I remember back about Thanksgiving, I was like, I want to watch Angels in the Outfield, and the only place you can find it on streaming services, you have to pay for it.
I can't believe it's that hard to find.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be that hard to find.
It should be on Disney Plus.
I had it on VHS.
So did I.
That's where I watched that. I watched that over and over again, too. Great jump over at second base. Watkins never saw him. Curveball fills the zone for a strike, and the count now makes it 2 balls and 1 strikes to Tanner Norman.
I like how we are standing in the box, aging ourselves just 1 week before our 10-year reunion.
Yeah, time flies, man. But, yeah, that was a star-studded cast when you think about it with Angels in the outfield. Curveball misses outside, ball 3. I'm going to pull that up real quick.
A very young Jason Gordon-Levitt?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, yeah.
Joseph, sorry.
Ended up becoming unofficially, but officially Robin in the Dark Knight trilogy. You had Danny Glover in that movie as the manager of the Angels. 3-1 pitch. Outside corner fastball, strike 2. But you also had Matthew McConaughey. He was one of the Angels.
Oh, wow.
Or no, he was one of the players. He was Ben Williams. You also had Christopher Lloyd. He was the boss angel. He was Al. Who also, if you don't know who Christopher Lloyd is, he plays Doc in Back to the Future. 3-2 pitch. Misses up high, and that'll be ball 4. Runners at the corners now for the Titans. Still 2 down. Brings up Hutch Russell, who's been hit by a pitch, and he struck out on a foul tip back into the glove of Phillips. Runners at the corners. Titans lead 7-0, 2 down, top of the 3rd. Neil McDonough was Witt. Brenda Fricker, you may not know her name, but you know that she was not only the head of the foster home. Was it the foster home? Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character.
It
was like a foster home, and she was like the head of that. It's the first pitch misses high, but she was also the lady, I think, in New York in Home Alone 2, that, like the lady that was feeding the birds, I think.
Yeah, the pigeon lady.
Yes.
Wow.
A lot of really good actors and actresses and Angels in the outfield, and I don't know why you can't find it easily.
Well.
1-0 pitch. Fastball misses up and outside. That'll be ball 2.
Well, when I couldn't find it, I told my wife, I said, I am just getting angry. I can't find this. Waited a month, and she found it and bought me the DVD for Christmas. So.
That's awesome. 2-0 from Watkins. Misses upstairs for ball 3. I mean, just going down the list, Moneyball might be the best one ever.
Moneyball's a good one.
In terms of cinema quality, like the only baseball movie that I think, that and 42 are the 2 movies I think could actually win an Oscar. I don't know if they did win them, but they should have won Oscars, both of them, 42 and Moneyball. 3-0. Be fouled straight back. 3-0 swing in there as the lefty Hutch Russell for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's one of Harrison Ford's best roles, because I didn't even know it was Harrison Ford as I think he was the GM, or not the GM, but the owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yep.
At first, I didn't even know it was him. 3-1 misses up and outside, and it's another walk. That's been the name of the game where McAlester has struggled today. 7 runs on 5 hits by the Titans, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 free passes by Ethan Watkins so far. It's been 3 hit by pitches and 5 walks. But going to some other movies.
Trouble with the Curve is also really good.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking of Bull Durham.
Bull Durham's good.
First pitch foul back for strike 1. Bull Durham's good. Major League is awesome.
Major League
is actually a really good baseball movie in terms of people that are actually playing baseball. Yeah. It looks like they're playing baseball. It doesn't look like – the one thing that bugs me when I watch baseball movies is they don't look like they're playing baseball at all. They look like they can't swing a bat to save their lives. The mechanics are awful. The 0-1 misses down low for ball 1 to Easton Perkins. So he's been hit by a pitch for an RBI, and he struck out in a foul tip.
I love that you mentioned that because you remember the movie Double Teamed, the DCOM movie?
Yes, the basketball movie?
Yes.
What was it, about the Twins?
Yes, the Twins, and like –
the 1-1 pitch from Watkins is a high fly ball, once again into orbit down the left field line, carrying towards the wall, but it's going to land foul. If it's fair, that would have been out of the park. It did leave the yard, but it's just a long strike now. And the count is now 1-2.
But they have like 5 or 10 seconds left, and the whole final frame.
That lasts like 45 seconds?
Lasts 45 seconds to a minute from half court, and then she ends up somehow inside the 3-point line without dribbling.
I don't know. 1-2, line drive left field. This one will land, and it could clear the bases. Titans keep on pouring it on here. 2 runs are going to score. It's picked up in the warning track by Lauerman. 3 runs will score, and it's a 3 RBI double, bases clearing double by Easton Perkins, and the Buffaloes have officially seen it be broken open on them. It's a 10-0 game in the top of the 3rd inning, and a lot of this happening with 2 down. It brings up Kason White as for the 2nd time today, the Titans have brought up all 9 batters. White started this off with a double down the right field line. After having a rough 2 games against the Sapulpa Chieftains on Monday and Tuesday, being able to kind of have a bounce back. I know that Shawnee is kind of in a down year, but still McAlester got their confidence back. The first pitch to White misses up high for ball 1. They got their confidence back. Got a feel-good game. This is definitely a step backwards again for McAlester. We have a lot of people chiming in right now listening to the broadcast, as here's a swing and a miss on a huge cut for strike 1. Randy Hughes says Sandlot, which obviously, come on.
Sandlot is a great.
Sandlot's great.
So I went to Bedlam Baseball with my wife when we were dating in Bricktown. Thunderstorm rolled in. They played Sandlot on the Jumbotron.
No joke. That's cool. More teams should do that when there are rain delays. 1-1 misses high for ball 2. Wyatt Hubbard, who's our board operator, listening to us back over the K&D studios for the radio side of things. He says Major League and Bad News Bears. We also have some people tuning in. Let us know on Twitter, as the I Don't Drink Coffee podcast says, the best baseball scene in the movie actually comes from The Naked Gun. Next pitch misses up stairs, and that's 3 balls and 1 strike.
But we cannot forget the invention of baseball from The Ridiculous Six.
That movie kind of was bad. It was kind of ridiculous. But the invention of baseball in that movie, classic. That's a really good scene. Keeping the runner honest over at second base. 3 balls, 1 strike. He keeps on making up the rules as he goes.
You're shortstop because you were short.
3-1 pitch. Back into the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Kason White. We'll see if he's still going to be playing for Mr. Randall, who was the first baseman to start this game. We'll see if he goes out to first in the next half inning. 3-2. And that's strike 3 called. The fastball inside corner gets the call in the NC inning, but the Carl Titans do their damage. 6 runs scored in the top of the 3rd to give a 10-0 advantage to the Titans as we head to the home half of the inning. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
You're joining us in the middle of the play. Jordan Clark went for a bunt, and he ended up coming up a little bit empty on a low pitch. That is strike 1. Clark leading it off for the Buffaloes, 9-1, 2 batters up. As the fastball misses outside to Clark. Count is now 1 ball, 1 strike. As we were even during the commercial break having conversations about baseball movies. Here's a 1-1 ground ball left side. Nice sliding snag by the third baseman. Gonzalez fires over to first, and it'll go wide left, making his way to second as we will have a ball that reached into the dugout. I think that What would you say, Philip? I think that's close to an infield single because I think he could beat it out anyway. It was a bang-bang play. It would have been a bang-bang play over at first. I know he's going to reach second on an E5 regardless, but do you give him the single anyway?
I think I would have just because the short.
And they do on the scoreboard.
Third baseman, the way that he made the slide, and Jordan Clark, the speed out of the box, it would have been a bang-bang, but I think he would have got there had the throw still been on the line.
So scoreboard does give him a hit. They also do give the Titans an error on the same play on the throw that made it into the dugout. So it is a single and then an E5 that led to Jordan Clark at second base. To the top of the order, McAlester. Maybe that's the spark they needed. Rain has picked up too, so it's going to make things wet. We did not change out the ball there, but it is definitely coming down a little bit.
Also, the Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year is a really good one. No, the scene that gets me in The Rookie, not the Rookie of the Year, but The Rookie, is at the very end of the movie where, the entire movie, his dad keeps on talking about how, he keeps on discrediting baseball, tells him to not go after his dream, but in the very end, Dennis Quaid's character, his dad, comes and watches him at the Texas Ranger ballpark. And another reason why that resonates with me, for a majority of my life, all the games I've went to go see was at Globe Life Park. That's the first pitch to Shumway. That'll miss. Yeah, it's 1 ball, no strikes. But, yeah, and I always thought it was really cool seeing the opening scene of the part where he gets called up to the majors. Mm-hmm. As a kid who wanted to play Major League Baseball and always went to Globe Life Park, which at the time is here's a ball that gets to the backstop. Makes the count 2-0 and it advances Clark over from second to third. But it was really cool because then I got to go see the ballpark in Arlington with my own eyes. I'm like, man, this is so cool. And that's a ballpark I miss. I know that you can still watch the Arlington Renegades for the, what's that called now?
UFL?
UFL, but it's not the same as watching a baseball game over there.
No,
that's not to say I don't like Globe Life Field, the one with the indoor baseball park. This next pitch misses for ball 3 because I'm not going to lie. I do enjoy it being 75 degrees in 110-degree Texas August heat, but still nothing that has the same vibes as Globe Life Park. As this one fills the zone for strike 1, 3 balls, 1 strike.
I remember when we were in high school when we had that record-breaking heat, and Texas played every game at night.
3-1 is fouled off, and the count now is to 3 balls, 2 strikes on Aiden Shumway. Again, runner at third. Buffalo's trailing 10-0. It's the bottom of the third inning. It's been 4 runs by Carl Albert in the first and 6 in the third.
And even Sunday night games.
As coming back from 3-0 and getting a backwards K is Cole Dunlap, painting the edge, and that'll be out number 1 for Caden Lesnow, who has one of the 2 hits for the Buffaloes.
But Sunday night baseball games, like there's only one game on, and the Rangers would be the second game because it would be so hot. They played every game at like 8 p.m.
Had to back it up a little bit to deal with the heat. 1 down, runner at third. First pitch to Lesnow, and he'll fill the zone for strike 1. But now, I mean, there's a ton of movies that you can look at. Coach Hughes, he also comes back, says Major League Back to the Minors, the sequel. This one fouled straight back on it well as Lesnow, but fouls it off for strike 2. But Sandlot obviously is great.
A League of Their Own.
Field of Dreams. Why are we missing that?
Dreams.
Field of Dreams is awesome.
What was the one? Is it a Big League, Little Big League, where he becomes the manager?
Here's the 0-2. And it's a fly ball left field. It will fall, and it's going to be a base hit. Not seeing it well was the left fielder Novotny. I don't think he would have got there anyway. He throws it into second base, and it's going to be an RBI double for Caden Lesnow as the Buffaloes are on the board. He was coming in on it, and again, the outfielders and really everybody on the field, they're battling both rain and lights right now. But Novotny really didn't see it well off the bat. And, yes, playing over first base now is Kason White. But he didn't really see it well off of the bat and kind of put his glove up in the air to kind of shade the light. I think he thought the ball was still in the air, and then he saw it come into his peripherals as it dropped. And by that time, Lesnow was already about 45 feet away from second base. So McAlester makes it a 10-1 game, 1 down for Gannon Mullins.
And that's what we talked about last time. When it's windy, that ball dances in the air. Now when you add the rain and the lighting where that water coming down, it could really be hurtful to you as well.
1 down, runner at second. Buffaloes trail by 9. First pitch to Mullins misses outside for ball 1. Still a lot of outs from the McAlester Buffaloes to work with, but not unless they can get this game back within an 8-run game. If they cannot do that, McAllister's only going to see 5 innings here. But they've made it a 9-run game, slowly but surely trying to get back into it. Taking off for third is Lesnow as this one's fouled off. It was a good jump, but Lesnow have to get back over to the second base bag. Count is now at 1-1. Some other movies that, maybe kind of get swept under the rug when it comes to baseball. The Natural. Have you never seen The Natural?
I don't think I have, and if my dad is listening, I am sorry.
You need to see The Natural. Roy Hobbs. Pick off over to second, not in time. Yep, Roy Hobbs ends up becoming pretty much Babe Ruth. He's just one of the best hitters in the game. Fictional character. Talented but flawed baseball player. Actually comes from a movie. Or, excuse me, it's a movie. It comes from a book as that pitch misses. And that'll be ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Everyone remembers the soundtrack of Wonder Boy whenever he had hit a home run. 2-1. Called strike on the inside corner. It popped in and out of the mid of Harless. Yeah, I think in one of the last shots of the movie, he hits the home run and it shatters one of the bulbs. He hits it out of the park and it hits one of the bulbs, and then it comes down. The music's playing in the background. Counts even at 2-2. I've only seen that movie once, though, to be completely honest with you. The pitch. Swing and a miss at strike 3. Going down for first. They did not apply the tag. They will throw it down to first, and that'll be out number 2 for Braden Phillips. And Brett Homer, if you're listening, the only time I've ever saw it, we were traveling for a travel baseball game to Panama, Oklahoma, and we had the DVD players on the back of the seats. We didn't have iPads and phones like that, so we watched The Natural to and from Panama. I got a ride with Coach Homer.
There was a baseball movie. It's a Christian-based baseball movie, but it was filmed at the old Drillers ballpark.
First pitch, by the way, to Phillips is fouled off for strike 1.
And if you're paying attention at the end of the movie, you can see, I think it's Whitewater that's in Tulsa, or Safari Joe's now.
They filmed one of the scenes at the Dairy Queen in Okmulgee.
Yes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what movie it is, though. 0-1 is the count. Runner at second base. I saw that one in theaters.
So did I.
Phillips trying to drive in a run from second, get McAlester back to an 8-run deficit. Taking off for third again is Lesnow. It's a great jump, and he'll take it with ease. It's skipped into the catcher, Harless. But swiping third base is Caden Lesnow. The rain's starting to get a little bit harder to where, well, I say that, and then it immediately let up. I started to see it kind of fall a little bit, and then as soon as I started the sentence, it dissipated. Here's the windup in the 1-1 pitch now to Phillips. This one misses upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. But Moneyball I can watch over and over again. You mentioned Angels in the outfield. And, of course, what about A League of Their Own? 2-1 pitch. Misses down low for ball 3.
I mentioned that, but right as I was mentioning that one, you were talking about another just absolute
I'm sorry.
golden
I
one.
completely – I could talk all day. My whole childhood was based on, hey, which movie I'm going to – which baseball movie am I going to rent from Blockbuster? 3-1 pitch. Misses low and outside. That'll be ball 4. And that will be a walk to Braden Phillips, putting runners at first and third with 2 down for Spencer Stinchcomb. That's only the second walk of the day so far for Cole Dunlap. Stinchcomb was flown out to the second baseman today, but this is who you kind of went up with runners in scoring position on the season. This is where he has shined. Stinchcomb, second on the team in RBIs with 22. He's batting .357, good for second on the team, a .409 on base percentage, .439 batting average with runners in scoring. Fouls this one straight back for strike 1. I'd say most of Stinchcomb's hits have been with runners in scoring. He's just a little bit low, 50% of his hits there. And Blockbuster's a whole nother discussion. Kids don't know how cool Blockbuster was. The 0-1, fastball in there for strike 2. I remember every Friday night, if we didn't go to a movie, we'd be going to Blockbuster to rent a movie.
I remember renting, it was kind of like Blitz the League, but baseball.
Oh, and you could rent games too.
Yep. And, but if you picked them off at first, you could punch them off the bag at first and then tag them.
Count is 0-2. Trying to work out the jam, the pitch, and he got him. checked and went around for strike 3, and that will end the McAlester threat. Buffaloes do get a run, though, on an RBI double from Caden Lesnow, but still trail big. 10-1 is our score. We head to the top of the 4th inning. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK, Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Bubs. Have a great season.
McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
Come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at fentonnissan.com.
To the top of the 4th inning we go. Carl Albert leading big over the McAlester Buffaloes. 10-1 is our score. We have a call to the bullpen. That's brought to you by the fine folks over at Jet Tire Service. They have been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. Now on the mound for the Buffaloes, Max Harmon comes from the bullpen onto the mound. From right field into the dugout goes Jordan Clark. From the mound to center field goes Ethan Watkins. From center field to right field goes Aiden Shumway. Harmon's line on the year, a 2-3 record, 27 1/3 innings pitched, a 7.17 ERA, 14 strikeouts to 18 walks, a 4.408 batting average against him on the season. And he will go up against the bottom of the Titan order here. Mason Novotny, Easton Harless, and Devontae Jones. Novotny is 0 for 1, Harless is 1 for 1, and Devontae Jones is 1 for 2. Half of the hits are from the 7, 8, 9, quarter of the hits, third of the hits. That's math. A third of the hits are from the bottom of the order. The windup of the first pitch to Mason Novotny is an inside strike for Max Harmon. His first pitch of the day coming in the top of the 4th. The count is 0-1 on the righty Novotny. Harmon gets the signs in from Phillips. Here's the windup. And the 0-1 from the righty. This one skips into Phillips, and the count is now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. We've had a little bit of rain. We've had no wind. And now the rain has kind of gone away. I didn't expect any rain tonight, honestly, not until we get towards the midnight hours. I didn't think it would be coming in this soon. So 1-1 from Harmon. Misses low, and that'll be ball 2. But that is where Harmon wants to live. That's not close to a strike, but you want to live down the zone rather than keep it up. And when McAllister's been hit hard this year, they've kept the ball high in the zone. 2-1 from Harmon. And that is where you can live. Low outside corner, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, on looking at the radar, there's really no rain around us now. It looks like it's moved on out. The next chance of rain that starts to elevate will be around 5 a.m. today, or I guess tomorrow. 2-2 from Harmon. And fouling it off is Novotny to stay alive. Titans, again, mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. First place in 5A1, going to battle for the district title on Monday and Tuesday. They just have to win 1 against Noble Bears. Noble has to sweep Carl Albert to win the 5A1 title. McAlester will be fighting for the 3 spot if they can just win 1 game against Coweta next week. Found it off again is the righty, Mason Novotny. Count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll get an official line for Watkins, a final line from him. Just a little bit. Buffalo's not too bad defense. I think they just had one mistake. Here's a pitch up and outside for ball 3. Yeah, we've had just one error today by the Buffaloes, and it wasn't on a – and it really didn't – I think, it did lead to 1 run scored. 1 of the 10 runs were on one of those plays. 3-2, and it misses low. So first batter that Harmon sees as a walk. That's really been McAllister's issue in this game. It's just the free passes. They're 9th one here. That brings up Easton Harless. Harless has hit an RBI sac fly. He's also had an RBI double today. Yeah, Watkins finishes with 3 innings pitched. He had 7 hits against him. Those 10 runs scored by the Titans, the 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and then the 3 hit by pitches that just came in a row. It was a rough first inning and third inning for him. Had a really good second inning. Had 2 really good strikeouts back-to-back. But Carl Albert, they'll take advantage of your mistakes, and they've done that so far, taking advantage of the base runners that they've had. First pitch, good spot. Does not get the call there. Harmon misses 1 ball, no strikes. Not a bad location. Want to know the count? Not much of a lead over at first base. Now taking off for second anyway. It's a check swing and it's fouled off. I mean, barely a check swing. It'll be fouled off towards the first base dugout where Carl Albert resides. 1 ball, 1 strike. But yeah, nothing was as cool going back a couple half innings, or maybe it was last half inning, than renting a movie or a game from Blockbuster. Harmon comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, chance for a double play. Less now to Stinchcomb, to Mullins. Not in time. Fielder's choice instead. 6-4 fielder's choice on Easton Harless. They do get the lead runner. That brings up Devontae Jones. He's 1 for 2 with a fly out to short and a single. McAllister trailing 10-1, top of the 4th inning. If they cannot score 2 runs, then they're down to their final 6 outs.
And 14 is back in as a courtesy runner.
Which I just had that up. I guess I forgot to write it down when he came into courtesy run earlier. My apologies. I'll get that for you guys in a second. Looks like that's, again, Jackson Webster. I'll make sure to write it down here. Harmon comes set. First pitch to Devontae Jones. Well, he won't throw it yet. He'll throw it instead over to first base. Back in safely is Webster. But, yeah, for the longest time, I didn't know that you could actually rent games from Blockbuster, to be completely honest with you. First pitch fouled straight back for strike 1. I think it was because we never did it, because when we played games, it took us a little while. And really, when you rented games from Blockbuster, you could only do it for like a week or so. I would get invested in the game and couldn't beat it within the week, because school and stuff.
Yep.
Here's the 0-1. Pitch misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. But the one movie I remember renting the most, because they said you can pick out whatever movie you want as long as it's in the kids section over here. It wasn't even a movie. You know what I rented?
What's that?
Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong had like a TV show when we were kids, and I had no idea. I forgot about it until you brought up Blockbuster. Or did I bring it up? I don't know. It's 9:30 now. I don't know. This one's popped up and out of play, and the count is now 1-2 on Devontae Jones.
So at the public library here in town, I don't know if they still do DVDs, but they used to have VHS tapes, and we rented it on VHS, and that was when it was on 2 tapes like the Titanic.
That's cool.
And
what'd you rent?
It.
Oh, It's like the movie It.
Yeah. And
1-2, runner takes off for second. Here's another fly ball deep left field down the line. Lauerman going after it in foul territory, but it'll land in foul territory.
And I remember my brothers and I and my cousins, we watched it. And
how old were you?
Oh, man, I was probably 7 or 8.
You were watching it?
My cousin rented it, and
Philip, that explains a lot.
It does. And my cousin was like, "Hey, we're gonna watch it," so we watched it, and it freaked me out. I was so scared.
Duh. How long did you have a phobia of clowns?
Actually, it wasn't clowns. It wasn't the clowns that got me. It was sewers and like vents in your house.
Oh, really?
That got me.
1-2. Is a ball outside. Throw down to second is not scooped up by Stinchcomb. It gets into the outfield. Watkins is right there, though, to keep the runner at second.
But
the count is now 2-2, by the way. Just real quick to give us an update. Devontae Jones up at the plate, 2-2 the count, one down, runner at second, top of the fourth. Titans are up at the bat, and they lead 10-1.
But it terrified me so much that the next day I went to the library, and I rented SpongeBob VHS tapes.
Just to get that out of your head? Goodness gracious, man. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three on the high fastball. Harmon gets the K, and that'll be out number 2 for the Titans. To bring it at the top of the order, Declan Murphy is 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a fly out to left field that went nearly to the moon. I think it was touching some of the clouds that we've had in the overcast skies, but Lauerman was able to bring it in for the out at the time. 10-1, Titans lead the McAlester Buffaloes, 2 down, runner at second base. Harmon looks over at second, back to the mound, back to the plate, back to second, now fires. First pitch, good spot, misses, ball 1. Had to be outside because that looked like it was in the middle of the zone. But again, we don't have a great view from inside, outside the plate, so that's why I don't say that was for sure a strike because I don't know. I just know letters to knees. 1-0, swing and a miss. Big cut, strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike.
What was your favorite orange VHS tape that you owned?
Oh, come on, that was Rugrats.
Rugrats?
Yeah, it was Rugrats when they were in Paris. Come on now.
Mine was Blue's Clues, personally.
We were kids, man. That was 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago. We're old. 1-1. Curveball misses outside. That'll be ball 2. I think that we just had our... No, I think our field mic is... I think our field mic just went out. We'll have to change the batteries here in between innings. But, yeah, we're getting up there, buddy. my friend from Texas that I went to school with, he's just now finding gray hair. I don't mind the gray hair. The thing that's going to bother me, I hope we get to keep the hair. That's all I care for. I'll rock the George Clooney look. Definitely not as good as George Clooney. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, you're not going to hear the ping in the bat if they do strike it because our field mic just went out of batteries. As this one misses low. Runner takes off for third, and he was kind of caught up. Hodge will fire back over to second, not in time. So he does end up getting out. Webster looked like he just changed his mind in the middle of the run over to third and then hightailed it back to second. Declan Murphy is ahead in the count, 3 balls, 1 strike. But the VHS tape that I remember the most from my childhood is The Phantom Menace, Star Wars Episode 1. You know what I used to do when I was a kid? I pretend I was fighting with Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan against Darth Maul. He scared me to death as a kid. He terrified me as a 3-year-old, 4-year-old. 3-1 pitch. Runner does take off for third. It's low. Throw down to third is dropped by Hodgel. So now we have runners at the corners with 2 down in the top of the 4th inning on the walk. That is Declan Murphy's 3rd walk issued to him today. Brings up Samuel Gonzalez, who is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, 1 on a single and 1 on a double. In between those hits, he grounded out to the pitcher. No, to get my fears out, my dad bought me, because there was tons of Phantom Menace merchandise. He bought me a blow-up punching bag of Darth Maul, and I would just grab my toy lightsaber. I just beat the crap out of Darth Maul. I have pictures of that, too, if anyone wants proof. First pitch, called outside strike to Samuel Gonzalez. 0-1, runners at the corners. Titans haven't scored here in the top of the 4th yet, but they're threatening. And they're leading 10-1 on the McAlester Buffaloes. Buffaloes, if they don't score 2 more runs, are down to their final 6 outs. It's deathly quiet with no field mic. Runner takes off for second. The 0-1 checks at it, misses down low, and that'll be 1 ball, 1 strike.
You talk about your Darth Maul punching bag as toys that you remember. I remember having Hulk cans.
Oh, Hulk cans are awesome.
In my household, and we got our Hulk cans taken.
The 1-1, outside corner, paints the black. Max Harmon with the curveball gets the call to move the count to 1-2.
Because when you have 2 younger brothers who are 2 years younger than you and 2 years younger than the middle one, you tend to use the Hulk cans in ways that they were not intended.
1-2. Ground ball, right side, chance to get out of the inning. It's bobbled around by Stinchcomb. He can't field it. Flips late and still gets the out. Nice concentration by Stinchcomb to stay with it, and I'll be out number 3, and the Titans do not score in the top of the 4th inning. We've played half a 7-inning game. McAlester, if they want to go to the 7, though, still have to score 2 runs. They're down 10-1. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on
Angel's Diner Steakhouse and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner Steakhouse and Pub, 1402 South George 9 Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Sundays 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. The Buffaloes trail big to the Carl Albert Titans, defending 5A state champions 10-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. We got Philip Jewell right now. He's going down to the field mic, trying to get the new batteries in the microphone as we kind of ran out of juice there. That's the first pitch to Ethan Watkins. Fills the top part of the zone for strike 1. Let's send us now to the bottom of the 4th inning. I'm trying to work the camera. I'm trying to work the scoreboard and everything that we use for the video stream, and trying to talk all at the same time. See how well it pans out. The 0-1 pitch to Watkins is swung on and missed, and that'll be strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes to Watkins. He struck out swinging his first time up. Yeah, I think we're back to good. Here comes the 0-2 pitch now to Watkins. And he drives this one to deep left center field, carrying towards the warning track, towards the wall. It's going to one-hop to the wall. It's extra bases for Ethan Watkins. Burden around second base. He'll stay put there. And it's a leadoff double for the McAlester Buffaloes from Ethan Watkins on an 0-2 pitch. Drove it deep to left center field, where just a week ago he hit his first home run of the season. So Watkins is on the base paths. Do have a short visit between the catcher Harless and the pitcher Cole Dunlap, who is in for his 4th inning of work. Again, McAllister's got to score 2 runs if they want a chance of going 7 innings. If he gets 8 runs after 5 innings, that is the run rule here. And again, sorry for YouTube. I forgot while I'm watching the play, did not move the camera. So you did not get to see Watkins kind of make the turn. That is why you need a good camera operator, good color commentator, good producer for video production. And that's what we have here in Philip Jewell. First pitch upstairs to Jackson Lauerman for ball 1. So he just went down there, changed out the batteries, and we're all good to go. And that's why you could hear the ping of the bat there. Just in time, too.
Literally, as I was sitting it back in our box, like he hit it.
1-0 pitch. Big cut from Lauerman. Could not get the bat to hit the ball, though, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Lauerman worked a walk. That was his 4th consecutive walk going back to last game. In his first plate appearance, this is only the 2nd time through the lineup for McAlester. Titans began their 4th in the last half inning. Nobody out. Runner at second base. McAlester down 10-1. So here's a ground ball left side. Watkins will try for third. They will not throw to third. They'll go across the diamond instead and get the out at first base. That was a little bit of a risky move there by Watkins. He kind of hesitated a little bit, but good news for Watkins is he is fast. So he was able to make his way to third base in time and forced Murphy to go across the diamond with it. So it's a 6-3 ground out, puts another run 90 feet away for Gunnar Hodgel, who was robbed of a base hit by a great catch by Cole Dunlap on a line drive right back up the middle. That was into the glove of Dunlap. First pitch, misses low for ball 1. If anyone's ever seen the clip of the late, great Jose Fernandez, right? I got that right? Or Hernandez. I cannot remember. Wow, I'm blanking. I know it's going over the top of my head right now. I'm trying to do multiple things at once, and I cannot remember. But I do remember Troy Tulowitzki hit a line drive against the Miami Marlins. So here's the 1-0 to Hodgel, and he pops this one up and out of play for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. It reminded me of that where he lined it to the pitcher. Pitcher caught it. He told him, "Did you catch that?" And the pitcher strolling off the mound says, "Yeah, I did." That's kind of what it reminded me there with Dunlap and Hodgel, the last at bat that the two shared. The 1-1 is fouled straight back, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And no matter what happens in this at bat from Hodgel, even if he strikes out, it looks like he's seeing the ball a whole lot better this last couple of games. It's in the batting gloves, baby. Here's the 1-2. He does swing and miss for strike 3. He does get away from the catcher as he will not take his run over to first base. He'll retreat back over to the dugout, and that'll be out number 2. It kind of kicked around. It didn't go to the backstop. It kind of kicked around and then went up in front of him. It was almost 3 feet away from the batter by the time that Hodgel noticed that it was rolling away. And it looks like Dunlap is out of pitches, so he has to get the call to come to the dugout. He finishes off a really good game. He went 3 2/3, and we'll have a new pitcher to try to finish off the 4th when we return. You're listening to McAlester Baseball here on K.
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
We have a call to the bullpen that looked like the pitcher, Cole Dunlap, just ran out of pitches there, so he gets the hook. And Mason Avery will come in for him, and he's not responsible for the runner at third. Dunlap is still responsible for the runner at third. So if that run does come across the score, it is an earned run to Dunlap unless it's on an error. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jet Tire Service. They have been serving Pittsburgh County and beyond since 1962. They offer 18 major tire brands. And now on the mound, the righty for the Carl Albert Titans, Mason Avery. In the bottom of the 4th inning, 2 down, runner at third, McAlester trailing 2-1 for Jordan Clark. First pitch, missing up high for ball 1. That's not Clark, I don't believe. I think that's... Yeah, Max Harmon had to come in to hit for Jordan Clark because Clark had to come into the dugout to allow Harmon to come in. 1-0 pitch to Harmon. Fills his zone for strike 1. He had 1 at bat against Shawnee yesterday. He went 0 for 1 with the strikeout. Looking for his first hit on the season. He was 2 for 2 last year, including 1 big hit against the Bishop Kelly Comets, the 5A state runner-ups last year. 1-1 in the zone for strike 2. Right now he's 0 for 3 on the year. Almost had a hit. He had a really nice line drive to shortstop. I think it was against Memorial, but it just was a nice snag at the time. Down the count 1-2, though, and the pitch from Avery. Curveball nearly ends up getting Harmon. Ducks out of the way of it. Count's now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trying to drive in a run from third. That's where Watkins is standing after a double, and he stole third earlier. 2-2. Fastball misses high, ball 3. Avery not too shabby of an arm himself. Titans have a pretty good pitching staff, it looks like, and he brings a live fastball as well. Full count here to Max Harmon. Setting him inside is Harless and the 3-2 pitch. Staying alive is Harmon as that one's fouled off to the backstop. Count full at 3-2.
Heard every bit of that one due to them new Duracell batteries.
I swear by Duracell batteries. You know how long those lasted?
How long?
I put those new ones in at the end of the game on Monday. Those things lasted almost 3 full games. That's almost like 8 hours. 3-2. Staying alive still is Harmon.
And the words before every Happy Gilmore, Happy Madison production, terrific.
I was wondering where you're going with that at first. Count is full of 3-2, but it came all the way back around. Derek just joined us in the studio, or press box. We now know what's wrong with Philip. He watched it as a kid at 7 years old.
And then Scream like just a little bit after that.
3-2, nice curveball, catches the top of the zone, and it leaves that runner stranded at third. So McAlester is officially down to their final 3 outs unless they can score 2 runs in the 5th. That's if they hold the Titans scoreless in the top of the 5th inning. It's 10-1. McAlester is trailing here in McAlester, Oklahoma, in the Buffaloes 5A shootout finale here on.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Tire and Auto says come meet our new owner, Dylan Hackler. We're a Michelin dealer and we're stocked up with Cooper, Toyo, Hankook, and Max's Buckshot Mutters and Farm and ATV tires. Tire light on, we can fill your tires with nitrogen. We do brakes, alignments, struts, and oil changes too. You'll appreciate our fast, friendly service. All work's guaranteed and estimates are free. OK Tire and Auto, 801 North 1st, McAlester. Call 918-423-2121. Good luck, Buffs. Have a great season.
Graduation is only a month away,
And Finn Nissan of McAlester has some great deals to celebrate the graduate of your family.
come get a 2024 Nissan Kicks for only $299 a month.
Or come get a 2024 Nissan Sentra for only $299 a month.
And remember, we don't just sell great vehicles, we buy them too.
Don't forget to tell them Maddie sent ya. Fenton Nissan is your best deal dealer. Shop us online now at FentonNissan.com.
Yep, graduation is coming up. The McAlester Buffaloes, they are going to see, I believe, 6 seniors graduate for McAlester. I hope I have that right. Again, I was just going off of kind of muscle memory, but I believe they have 6 seniors. Or is it 7? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7 seniors for the McAlester Buffaloes. And that'll be coming up in May. I know that all the senior moms might be tuning in right now saying, don't remind me. But, again, it's not, I mean, it's definitely not as hard for us as it is for senior parents, obviously. But, yeah, it is hard to say goodbye to some of the seniors. But they still are looking to end off a really stellar final season with the McAlester Buffaloes. Not having a stellar game today, but that is not this game that we need to keep in the back of our heads right here is the first pitch to the new batter, which is number 10. That is, it's a new pinch hitter. Well, let's get your name here in a second. Looks like it's number 10, Cash Ferris. He's now hitting for Tanner Norman. The first pitch was low for ball 1. Next pitch misses low as well, and that'll be ball 2. But this game, even though it's not looking good for McAlester, it's not going to go towards what happens in postseason play. Again, that's going to be on Monday and Tuesday. And McAlester has a spot available at third place in 5A4 as the next pitch misses low as well for ball 3. They have a spot up at 3 for grabs, and if you remember, it doesn't matter what sport we're in. If you finish in the 3rd seed in your district standings, it seems to work out really well for McAlester in years past as the 3-0 low outside quadrant for strike 1. I mean, McAlester took a 3 seed just a couple years ago in football to the state championship game. They took a 3 seed just 2 years ago in baseball to the state tournament for the first time in 10 years. 3-1. Off the top of the bat, slow roller to the first baseman. Mullins flips to Max Harmon, covering in time for the out. 3-1 ground out from Cash Ferris brings up Hutch Russell. So Hutch Russell back into the, well, he never came out, but he is a starter for the Titans staying in right here. He is 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch, struck out, and walked. So the Buffaloes need to keep that in the back of their minds. Hey, if we just win one game against Quita, obviously you like to sweep them. But if you win just one game against the Tigers, you get to the 3rd spot, and then you wait and see what happens with 5A3. Because McAlester could play one of 3 teams. Oh, that one just left the hand awkwardly of Harmon. It sails way too high for ball 1. And Carl Albert telling them not yours. 1 ball, no strikes to Hutch Russell. But, I mean, yeah, you look at the regional tournament, McAlester could be playing any one of probably 3 teams. This here's a huge cut, but coming up empty is Russell for strike 1. Pryor right now is at number 1. Collinsville right now is at number 2. But Claremore could jump up to number 2, depending on what happens next week. A couple of sweeps could put Claremore at number 2. 1-1 is fouled backwards, and now move the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And I'm going to make a prediction because I think that this is regionals is where you start to see your pitching depth and how good your pitching depth is as you go throughout the regional tournament. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3 to Hutch Russell. And that'll be out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here for Max Harmon. 2 down, nobody on, top of the 5th inning. But we've seen teams across 5A when they get towards like deeper into their pitching depth. I mean, some teams start to struggle a little bit. I'm wondering how that's going to work with teams that are used to, their 1 and 2s going so far, maybe going the full 7 innings. How you pitch against maybe like a 4, possibly even a 5-game regional. How that will end up playing out. As here's a fly ball left field, foul territory. Lauerman's tracking it down, but it's going to be well outside of his reach for strike 1 to Easton Perkins. Perkins has had a hit by pitch RBI. He struck out, and he's also had a 3 RBI double. That's what really broke this game open back in the 3rd inning. But I think that teams that you may not expect to make it to state might make it to state just because of some wild stuff that might happen in regional play when you get deeper into the tournament. Here's another high fly ball, deep left field, but well foul. And once again, this is towards the the batting cage thing they use for batting practice. Counts 0-2. Way ahead of the last 2 pitches was Easton Perkins. Can Harmon give the Buffaloes their first 1-2-3 inning? 0-2, 2 down. Harmon trying to find the signs there from Braden Phillips. Gets it. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Fly ball, right field. Shumway hardly has to move. Underneath it, Camp's there, makes the catch for out number 3. Really good inning for Max Harmon, the Buffalo defense, and he's done a really good job in relief. No run scored by the Titans since he entered in the top of the 4th. But the Buffaloes, the fact of the matter is they have to score 2 runs here if they want to keep this game going. They will have the top of the order to try and do so, including Caden Lesnow, who's gone 2 for 2 so far with an RBI double. We'll see if the Buffaloes can mount the comeback here on
Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub serves great breakfasts all day and juicy burgers too. Angel's Diner also serves brick oven pizza on Friday and Saturday nights from 5 p.m. to close. Angel's Steaks are certified Angus beef, and the pub offers beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner make it Angel's Diner, Steakhouse, and Pub. 1402 South George Knight Expressway, McAlester. Call 918-423-2633. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Like us on Facebook.
Hi, my name is Gail, and I invite you to T&W Tire, an Oklahoma-based company formed in 1987. In 2020, T&W Tire acquired the McAlester location, where Doug and I have worked for over 20 years, providing service to McAlester and the surrounding areas. Our trained technicians continue to provide quality service for brakes, suspension, and alignments, along with 24-hour road service. We carry Goodyear, Michelin, and many other brands to fit your budget. Stop by T&W Tire, Highway 69 and Peaceable Road, McAlester. Call 918-426-6571. Go Buffs!
Beat the heat.
Welcome back to McAlester, Oklahoma. The McAlester Buffaloes down to their final 3 outs unless they can score 2 runs here in the 5th. First pitch to Aiden Shumway is popped up shallow right field as it looks like the second baseman Russell's underneath it. Makes the catch, and that's out number 1. Just like that, McAlester down to their final 2 outs as it brings up Caden Lesnow. Lesnow is 2 for 2 with a single and an RBI double. He's had a really good tournament. I know it's only going to be a 2-game tournament for McAlester, but he has had a good one. Yesterday, ended up going 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He had his 15th extra base hit of the season. The next closest guy to him in the extra base hits department has 10. He just knows how to barrel up the ball. Curveball, inside corner, strike one. I can tell you, we talk about people that are going to be missing the seniors, us included, but the McAlester baseball team is going to miss the senior in Caden Less, now 4-year starter for the Buffaloes. He's had a really good senior season. 0-1 off speed, misses inside as well. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Mason Avery trying to finish it off for the Titans in the bottom of the 5th inning with McAlester trailing 10-1. Run rule is 8 runs after 5 innings in 5A shootout play. This off speed, a lot of off speeds here to Caden Less now. This one clips the outside corner, and the count is now 1-2. So he's seen 3 straight off speed pitches. Does Avery go fastball here? Or does he go with a 4th straight? 1-2. 4th straight, and Les now pops it up, but out of play. Behind the McAlester dugout and locker room, count still 1-2. 4 straight off-speed pitches to Caden Les now to start this at bat. What does Avery do on the 5th pitch? Here it is, off-speed again, and got him with the outside corner. That was 5 off-speed pitches to Caden Les now, and he eventually gets him with the strikeout, and McAllister's down to their final out. That's the 8th strikeout by the Carl Albert Titans. 8 out of McAllister's 14 recorded outs thus far have been strikeouts. On the season, they've been able to keep the strikeout percentage relatively low, not at the same percentage as what they had today. First pitch misses again, and Mullins for ball 1. They're at 27% on the season. The team is batting an average of .289 with a .420 on base percentage, .345 batting average with runners in scoring position as a team this season. 1-0 fills the zone to move the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Buffalo's down to their final out unless they can score 2 more runs. But they have nobody on base, 2 down, bottom of the 5th. Mullins is over 2 with 2 strikeouts. 1-1. This one looked like it missed up and inside. Turning away from it was Mullins, and the count is now 2-1. Buffalo's just now starting their 3rd time through the lineup with this 5th inning. They've been able to muster up 4 hits. Next pitch misses high. Hitters count for Mullins, 3 balls, 1 strike. Now, Buffaloes only have 3 less hits than the Titans. But the Titans have been able to use 10 free passes given up by the Buffaloes to bring in those runs. They've made the most of what they've had today. Fastball right down the middle, that'll be strike 2. So the count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Buffaloes down to their final strike. Mason Avery trying to finish the job. Comes set. And the payoff to Mullins. And he does so. Swing and a miss on the off-speed for strike 3. And that will be the ball game. McAlester loses 10-1 to the defending 5A state champions, the Carl Albert Titans, in 5 innings to finish off their 5A shootout. We do have 2 more games tomorrow. That will be Midwest City and Claremore at 10 a.m. and then Carl Albert versus Coweta at 12:15, weather permitting. But again, McAlester finishes up their 5A shootout 1-1, a big-time win against the Shawnee Wolves, but then losing with, again, runs in bulk. The Carl Albert Titans have scored 16 runs in 3 innings. They scored all 6 of their runs against Sapulpa in the previous game in 1 inning. They scored 4 in the first here. They scored 6 in the third, and that was really what separated the Titans from the Buffaloes. And McAlester couldn't get it rolling offensively with their 4 hits to the Titans' 7. But again, good job by the Titans pitching staff, Cole Dunlap and Mason Avery, only having 2 free passes the entire game. And that's what led to the eventual 10-1 win for the Titans. They have won their 11th in a row. They improved to 24-6 on the year. Buffaloes fall to 18-11. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll look at our postgame stats here on KNED.
Beat the heat with American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning and Freeze and Flare, your local champs for cool perfection. Proud McAlester Buffalo supporters. Score with financing offers upon approved credit. See dealer for details. Call 918-217-8785 or visit freezeandflare.com to hit it out of the park. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Freeze and Flare, your home comfort, home run. License number 001-44485.
Here at Reagan Auto, we offer a variety of services for your vehicle needs. AC and heat repair, brakes, tires, front end repair, alignments, electrical repair, and everything in between. We are proud to offer a select line of engines and transmissions backed by a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide warranty. Give us a call at 918-715-3236 or stop by and speak to one of our advisors about how we can help. 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester. From the team at Reagan Auto, thanks for your business.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
My wife makes the best lasagna, even in that old kitchen of ours. She deserves the best kitchen money can buy, but all our cash was tied up. So we went to the Bank N.A. for a loan for our kitchen remodel, and the folks at the Bank N.A. came through for us and our family. Plus, the Bank N.A. is local, so the money stays in town. Call 918-423-2265 or go into the Bank N.A. to get your loan for whatever your family wants or needs. The Bank N.A. Strong, secure, and ready to loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Sorry for the delay on the radio side of things. We're finishing up the commercial on the video side of things. The McAlester Buffaloes, they fall today 10-1 to the Carl Albert Titans in 5 innings. Another run rule game. We've had quite a bit of them this season, whether McAlester won them or lost them. I was never got really around to mentioning it yesterday, but coming into yesterday's game, so that was before the 2 run rules that we had in the 5A shootout. 41% of McAlster's games were decided by run rules, whether they won them or lost them. They've been ended early, and then we had 2 more here in the tournament. McAlester saw both ends of the spectrum there. They won one 20-6 in 5 innings yesterday, and then they lost one 10-1 in 3 innings today. So they saw both sides, but it ends on a sour note here to the Carl Albert Titans, who win their 11th in a row. And Titans showing why they are in the hunt every single year. They had dominant pitching and timely hitting. Most of their opportunities, they didn't light up the scoreboard with a bunch of hits. You didn't see, like what we saw with Tahlequah in their first game that they beat us here at Mike Deek Field a couple weeks ago. You didn't see 14, 13 hits. You saw 7 hits from them, but they used McAllister's mistakes and hit by pitches and walks and then timely hitting to get those guys in. Didn't, like I said, not a lot of hits, only 3 more than McAlester had today, but still they did the most with what they had. McAlester did not. And McAlester gave up 3 passes where Carl Albert really didn't. McAlester didn't boot around the ball. They only had 1 error. That led to 1 run. But other than that, McAlester played a fine defensive game. There was nothing wrong really with how they played defensively. They made their plays. But, again, just could not drive in runners when they had some momentum to try to do so. They left some guys stranded and runners in scoring position. Had a hard time starting rallies. Didn't put the bat on the ball well. 9 out of their 15 outs. That's 2/3 of their outs came from strikeouts, and McAllister's got to be better at putting the ball in play. We mentioned it all the time yesterday against Shawnee. Now, granted, Shawnee is not the same caliber of team as Carl Albert, and that's no offense to Shawnee, just how good Carl Albert is. But we mentioned it a lot yesterday, if you put the ball in play, good things happen. Even if they are the Carl Albert Titans, if you're able to put the ball in play, you can still force them to make the play, and that gives you more of a chance by putting the ball in play and making things happen rather than you striking out and it's just the catcher and the pitcher playing catch. We'll look at the post-game stats brought to you by Big V Feed Center at McAlester, Hatco Farm and Ranch in Kiowa, and Chakota Wholesale Feed Company in Chakota. See them all for your spring feeding program needs, just whichever one you're closest to. Let's start off with the Carl Albert Titans. Again, they improved to 24-6 on the year. That's 11th. That's their 11th game in a row that they have won. They'll be going for 12 tomorrow against Coweta at 12:15. Declan Murphy went 0 for 1. Yep, you heard me right, 0 for 1. He walked 3 times and flew out to left field. Samuel Gonzalez went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. You had Tanner Norman, he went 1 for 1. He doubled and then walked twice. Cash Ferris came to hit in for him, and he grounded out to first to go 0 for 1. Hutch Russell, hit by pitch, strikeout, walk, strikeout. He went 0 for 2. Easton Perkins went 1 for 3, but his big hit was a big hit. He went 1 for 3 with 4 RBIs, including a bases-clearing 3 RBI double that made it from a 7-0 game to a 10-0 game at the time, and that's officially when things started to get broken open for McAlester. Mr. Randall went 0 for 0. He was hit by a pitch in his only plate appearance, and he got taken out. I don't know if he was it was precautionary because maybe he got hurt. I don't know what it was for, but he did not finish the game. He did not have another at bat. Coming in for him was Kason White, and he did pretty good. Went 1 for 2 with a double down the right field line, and that started off a little bit of a run there for the Titans that led to their 6 runs that they eventually scored in the third inning. Mason Novotny, he went 0 for 1 with a strikeout, sack bunt, and walked. Easton Harless went 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs on a sack fly and a double. And Devontae Jones went 1 for 3 with a single in between a fly out to short and a strikeout. Cole Dunlap, I think will get the win. I don't know how it works in 5-inning games, but I think Cole Dunlap probably gets the win there. Mason Avery came in to pitch for him. They struck out 9 McAlester batters. They walked 2. There were 7 hits by the Titan offense, and there were 2 Titan errors today. McAlester Buffaloes, they dropped to 18-11 on the year. I think now with them not playing Collinsville tomorrow, I think that they have already ensured that they will have at least a 500 record. I think that they might have ensured a winning record with now not playing Collinsville tomorrow. I have to recheck it, but I know that if they would have played the rest of their regular scheduled games and if they were to play the rest of their regularly scheduled games, I know they needed one more win to be able to clinch that. Now that they don't play that game, I think they might have already done it. But they do drop to 18-11. Aiden Shumway went 0 for 3. Caden Luss now 2 for 3 with an RBI. He led the way offensively for McAlester. Gannon Mullins went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Braden Phillips 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. Spencer Stinchcomb went 0 for 2, fly out and a strikeout. Ethan Watkins 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Jackson Lauerman 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Gunnar Hodgel 0 for 2 with a line out to the pitcher and a strikeout. Jordan Clark went 1 for 1 with an infield single, and Max Harmon 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Watkins does get the loss today. Max Harmon, when he came in for relief, did really good in the 4th and 5th innings, kept the Titans scoreless and gave McAlester a chance to get back into the game. Buffaloes just couldn't get the bats rolling in order to do so. There are 6 strikeouts between Watkins and Harmon, but 10 free passes given up by the Buffaloes, 7 walks, and 3 hit by pitches, and Carl Albert took advantage of nearly every single one of them. Only 1 McAlester error, and that just led to 1 run scored. So most of them, the Titans just imposed their will and used the most time McAllister's, not errors in the field, but errors pitching with a lot of free passes and then timely hitting, put it away early for the Titans. So what happens when you put up a 4 spot in the first, then you're playing from behind the rest of the game, and then one more big inning and then put it away. So your final thoughts before we wrap up our broadcast stuff in terms of broadcast-wise for the 5A shootout.
Yeah, you said everything. That's why Carl Albert is in the hunt year in and year out, because they're going to capitalize on your mistakes. You hit them with the baseball, or you just 4-pitch walk them, and they get to first base, and they go station to station, and then the guy comes up and gets a big hit, cleans it all off. And they're going to take advantage. That's why they're in the hunt year in, year out. That's why now they have won 11 straight. And just they take advantage of your miscues, and I think McAlester ended with 2 errors. Might have only been the 1, because
it was just 1.
Because I remember the one that ate him up in second base.
Well, he ended up getting the out over at first,
okay,
though. So it led to it would have been an error if they didn't get it out at first, but the end of the inning, Stinchcomb stayed with it and flipped it over to first.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Mr. Stinchcomb. But they ended with that 1 error, and which was very very good, because you had 4 errors on Monday against Paul, 4 on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. You didn't have an error yesterday. You had 1 today against the reigning state champions. So,
glass half full?
Yeah, just glass half full, mentality. But like you said, when you have 2/3 of your outs or strikeouts and you're not putting the ball in play, that's gonna equate to what we saw tonight with the run rule, because, as you said, Brandon, you make contact, put the ball in play, you're making that shortstop make that play to first. You're making that third baseman have to make that play. And so just things like that, just got to put the ball in play moving forward. You got 2 big games coming up, and all you got to do is win one of them.
Now, do the Titans make those plays anyway, just because of how good they are defensively? Probably. But at least you give yourself a chance. And plus, McAllister's a fast team. Yeah. You look at their stolen bases going 1 through 9. I think nearly everybody in the starting 9 for McAlester has at least double-digit stolen bases. They really like to run. So that means that you have to be fast, or else you get really good timing on your jumps. So you have to be pretty fast. McAllister's a fast team. They have close to 125 stolen bases on the season. That's a lot for now their 29th game of the year. So if you put the ball in play, ground ball, you could beat it out over the first base line. You're hustling down the line, which McAlester does. You force, a shortstop to be able to make a quick throw instead of gathering his feet. Maybe he sees you racing down the first base line. Oh, man, I don't have time to really set my feet. I got to get rid of it quickly. Or a third baseman the same way. You need to be able to put the ball in play a little bit better. McAlester did not today. And that's kind of in line with their losses on Monday and Tuesday. When you saw their losses this week, didn't put the ball in play. A lot of strikeouts that McAlester had on Monday, Tuesday, and today. And then yesterday in their win, again, I know different talent level a little bit, but you still only struck out, I believe, twice in your, however many at-bats you had. So it's a matter of putting the ball in play a little bit better. Yes, you did face some pretty good pitching today, but you're going to face good pitching for the rest of the year. So it's better to get accustomed to it now. And, again, my glass half full takeaway from this, it's better that it happens here in non-district play, non-playoff play, not with your season on the line, and you get those reps with good pitching, than it to happen when your back's against the wall, you're taking on a Pryor or a Collinsville or a Claremore with the chance to go to the state tournament on the line. It's better that you see it now than later, and I think it better prepares you now for later, including Monday and Tuesday when you take on Coweta for a chance to lock in the 3 seed, which is what we have next. So, speaking of which, again, that's it for McAlester for the 5A Shootout. We do have 2 more games for the 5A Shootout, weather permitting, that's happening tomorrow. We encourage you to come on out, and I think they still have Mother's Day flower baskets available. So if you want to buy Mother's Day flower baskets, I believe if we still have games today, they should be selling them behind the press box over here at first base. They're $25, and it's a great gift for Mom. So make Mom happy and go buy some of those at Sports Dugout Club. Midwest City versus Claremore is at 10 a.m., weather permitting. 12:15, Carl Albert takes on Coweta. So both these teams' next game is against Coweta. McAllister's on Monday in Coweta. They just got to win one. Just win one game in that 2-game series. You're third place in the district. If Coweta sweeps you, you drop down to 4. And as next week starts panning out a little bit more, we'll know for sure where we might be going. Well, actually, we know where we will be going, but as it stands right now, if the season were already over, McAlester would be traveling to Collinsville. A lot of things could pan out. Collinsville could sweep Pryor. Pryor could drop down to number 2, and then McAllister's going to Pryor. McAlester could drop down to 4. Pryor stays at 1. We go to Pryor. You could have Claremore sweep Grove, and then you could have Pryor sweep Collinsville, and then Claremore jumps up to the 2 spot. And if you finish third, you're going to Claremore. A lot of things can happen, and we'll have a better understanding of it once we get to the end of Monday. But we'll just see where we're at when that time comes. But again, McAlester falls tonight 10-1 in 5 innings. Let's thank our sponsors one final time, Mr. Jewell, and we will call it a night.
We want to thank Freedom Ford, the Bank N.A., OK Tire and Auto, Fenton Nissan, Angels Diner, TNW Tire, Friesen Flair Heat and Air, and Reagan Auto. We want to thank them for supporting Buffalo baseball for all of 2024 and putting us on the air. And thank you, Mr. Brandon, for allowing me to accompany you and co-pilot, sit to your left, because it feels a little lonely when the last football game ends. And August 30th seems like a long time away, but it's coming.
You remind me of Dave Chappelle. You get throughout the season a little bit of the offseason. You got any more of those games?
Exactly.
You got the itch again. But hey, if any more home games this year, just call me up. You're more than welcome. We'd love to have you in the press box, and it's always a fun time when you're in the booth. So we thank you for joining us. I was just about to mention you. Thank you for joining us for 4 out of the last 5-6 games McAlester has had home, and I'm sure the listener hope so, but I'm pretty sure they did. Again, it's always great when the dynamic duo is back together. And if this is the final time to football season, I'm ready to see you at the end of August. It's going to be a blast. Can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
And big thank you to our board operator, Mr. Wyatt Hubbard, holding down the fort over at the K&D studios. He has been a workhorse this last week. He had a lot of late nights, another late one tonight, a lot of late nights last week, but we thank him to the utmost, too. Wyatt Hubbard back at the K&D studios helping us out on the radio side of things. And thank you, the listener, for spending your Friday night with us as well. One final time for Mike Deek Field in McAlester, Oklahoma, and for the Buffaloes 5A Shootout here at Mike Deek Field. It was the Carl Albert Titans 10 and McAlester 1 in 5 innings. Until Monday, when McAlester tries to clinch the 3 seed in the 5A4 district against the Coweta Tigers on the road, this is Brandon Green saying, don't just have a great night, have a